Hi, thank you so much for joining me today for this short but very sweet, powerful power flow class. I'm going to offer up a lot of up-level options for postures that will be very familiar. So if you're short on time but high on energy, this is definitely the class for you. It's going to be also a shorter warm-up and cool-down. So again, you're in your home and you have the opportunity, if you want, to pause me now and take some extra movements before you get started. Feel free to do that. And same thing at the end if you want a longer shavasana or some more cool down postures. Go ahead and feel free to add those onto your practice. So we're actually just going to start right away in downward facing dog. So make your way into downward facing dog on your mat. And find movement here in your downward facing dog. So stretching out the bottoms of your feet, your calves, your hips. You can sway side to side. And while you're settling into your downward facing dog, begin to notice your breath. And begin to shape your breath. So working into your Ujjayi breath. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Lengthening and smoothing your inhales and your exhales. Rock your head around. Let's take this into a spinal twist. So bring both feet to the center of your mat to touch. Stay in your long downward facing dog stance though. And bring your right hand toward the center of your mat and your left hand toward your right ankle. So once you have a nice grip on your ankle or your calf or your thigh, draw your elbow to the left and look to the right. Switch sides, so bring your left hand more toward the center of your mat. Bring your right hand toward your left ankle. Draw your right elbow to the right and look toward the left. Come back towards center. And then find your longest downward facing dog. So walk your feet way back. Bring them back to hip distance apart. And then lift your heels and start to round your spine. So you're going to keep your hips high and then just round forward. And come into plank pose. Find your neutral pelvis in plank pose. Keep your gaze steady. And then continue to shift forward into upward facing dog. Stretching through the front of your body. Lower your shoulders away from your ears. Reach through the crown of your head. Keep your face soft. Keep your knees lifted and your quadriceps, the fronts of your legs, engaged. Okay, let's engage our core. Well, it should already be engaged, but use your core to lift your hips back to down dog. Nice and slow. Roll over your toes. And let's do one more of those. So lift your heels. We'll just continue the movement. Start to round your spine as if you're doing a cat pose. And continue all the way forward, flipping over to upward facing dog. And then really lift your hips, engaging your core to come back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg high, open your hip, bend your leg. And then we're going to sweep that right knee toward our left elbow. So make it a big circle across your body. See if you can make contact and then sweep it up and around again. Open your hip. So feel your glute working. Just continuing to warm up our spine. Do it again. Take your right knee toward your left elbow. Sweep it up and across. Open your hip. One more time. Cross your body. Right knee to left elbow. Across and open. And then place your right foot back on the floor, downward facing dog. Switch sides, so left leg lifts. Open your hip, bend your leg, hold here for a breath. Bring your left knee up and around to touch your right elbow. Open it up. 2 more times. Big sweeping motion. Feel your glute engage. Last time. Open it up. And then place your left foot back on the floor, downward facing dog. One more full breath here. Look toward your hands. Step or float your feet to the front of your mat. Come into ragdoll pose. Take your torso rested on your thighs, opposite hand to opposite elbow. And just release your head, creating a little more space in the back of your neck and your upper back. Release your hands from your elbows. Slide the palms of your hands underneath your heels. So cup your heels, stand onto your fingers, draw your elbows behind your legs and start to straighten your legs. Keeping your torso sandwiched on your thighs, creating more length in the back side of your body, your hamstrings, your spine. Release the grip from underneath your heels. Sit your hips low, reach your arms up, chair pose. So my shoulders are tight. I'm going to bring my arms more toward parallel with the floor. So make this pose your own. Bring your hands to your heart and lift your heels. Release your heels toward the floor, hold here. Very slowly, using your core, rotate toward the right, keep your head in line with the spine. Twisting chair. You can hook your elbow to the outside of your knee. Come back towards center. And then very slowly, use your core to initiate the twist. Rotate to the left, hook your elbow to the outside of your left knee. Come back towards center. Take another full breath here. Sweep your arms back, lift your heels. Squeeze your triceps. Release your heels, come all the way up, tall mountain. Forward fold. 5 rounds of sun salutation, breath to movement. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, 1 breath. And again, come forward. On your inhale, forward fold on your exhale. Tall mountain inhale. Release your breath, come into forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, and chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, 1 breath. Come forward. Forward fold, exhale. Rise up. Release Uttanasana. Monkey. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, one breath. Come forward. Forward fold. Breathe in, reach up. Release your air, forward fold. Monkey. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. One breath and one more. Come forward. Forward fold. Rise high. Forward fold. Monkey. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high. Exhale out all of your air and step through. For crescent moon, release your back knee to the floor. Lift your arms up overhead. You can have your toes tucked or your foot flat to the floor. Take an inhale. And then exhale, powerfully step onto your right foot and lift your left leg, airplane. Inhale and airplane. Exhale, step back to airplane pose. Airplane lunge, sorry. 45-degree angle in your torso. Breathe into crescent lunge. Breathe out to warrior two. Straighten out your front leg on your inhale. And then exhale, triangle pose. Reach forward and release. Right hand to the floor, left hand toward the sky. Exhale, reach your left arm forward. Inhale, reach your right arm forward for core triangle. Hold here. Rise up to five-pointed star. Toes face out, heels face in. Bring your hands to your heart, sink down into your squat. Lift your right heel. Release your right heel and lift your left heel. Release your left heel, lift both heels. Release both heels. Five-pointed star, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Reverse warrior, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Keep your left hand on the floor. Step back, side plank. Right foot meets left, right arm reaches up. Smile. Hold here. Lift your right foot up, draw your knee in, take hold of your big toe, and then extend your leg up. Keep hold of your toe and come into low lunge. So bring your foot with you, set it down. Inhale to three-legged dog, lift your right leg high. Keep your right leg lifted, shift forward to plank. Lower it down, keep your right foot lifted, chaturanga. Now keep your right leg lifted, flip over to the top of your left foot. So up dog with your right foot lifted. Now challenging part here, come back to chaturanga with your right foot lifted and press up, three-legged dog. I have to set my knee down for a second there. Okay, so there's a big up level for your vinyasa. But take what works for you and set your foot down. Breathe in, and breathe out. Let's do the other side. So left leg lifts, step through, preparing for crescent moon pose. Back knee to the floor, toes tucked under or flat, reach up. Release your air. Inhale, step forward, airplane pose. Powerful movement onto your left leg. Lift your right leg, reach your arms back. Exhale out all of your air, step back, airplane lunge. On your breath in, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. On your inhale, straighten through your left leg. Exhale, reach forward, triangle pose. Left hand to the floor, right hand toward the ceiling. Hold here. Reach your left arm forward, your right arm forward. Extend through your right side. Reach your left arm forward. Hold for core triangle. Keep your legs engaged. Keep your core lifted. Palms are facing each other. Rise up, 5-pointed star. As you breathe out, come into goddess pose. Palms face each other, arms are at 90 degrees. Keep your head in line with your spine. Sink low. Keep a neutral pelvis, just like you were in mountain pose. Rise up to 5-pointed star. Bring your heels behind your toes, extend your arms out to the side. Hinge forward at the hips and pause when your torso comes parallel to the floor. Building spinal strength. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in, reach your arms forward. Breathe out. Breathe in, reach your arms back to capital T. Breathe out, standing straddle splits. Reach your hands around the outside of your ankles, pick up your heels, and step on your fingers. Start to draw your elbows to the side. Draw the crown of your head toward the floor. Keep your neck long, your head dangling. Release your hands, and as you inhale, rise up. Reach up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Low lunge. Keep your right hand planted on the floor. Side plank. Left foot meets right. Left arm reaches up. Lift your left leg, draw your knee in. Take hold of your big toe. Extend your leg long. Holding onto your toe, step your left foot to low lunge. Okay, so we're gonna take that variation on our vinyasa again. So we're gonna lift our left leg high, three-legged dog. Keeping your left leg high, shift forward to plank, and then lower to chaturanga. Keep your left foot lifted, flip over upward facing dog with your left leg lifted. And then you're gonna flip back to chaturanga, keep your left leg lifted, and then press up, three-legged dog. I guess that side's a little easier for me. You might find the same thing. Release, downward facing dog. We're gonna play with another variation on our chaturanga. If you wanna up level. So shift forward to plank, lower chaturanga, upward facing dog. Now from here, and if you need to stop and watch, feel free to do that. You're gonna flip over both feet and come back to chaturanga. And then upward facing dog. Let's do that twice more. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in, exhale through your nose. Lift your right leg high. This time we're going to bring our right knee to our right elbow. Lift your right leg high. And bring your right knee toward your right elbow. Feel free to balance if you'd like, lifting your left foot off the floor. Right leg high. And release, down dog. Lift your left leg high. Left knee, left elbow. Lift your left knee high. Left knee, left elbow. Feel free to balance. Lift your right leg off the floor. Lift your left leg high. Down dog. Look past your hands, step or float to a boat pose. Inhale. Exhale, low boat. Boat. Low boat. Keep going. Two more. Low boat, release. Bring your heels toward your hips. Flip your hands over. Press up to wheel. If wheel's not in your practice, take bridge. Hold for 5 breaths. Lower down. Bring your feet to mat distance, arms to goal post. Windshield wiper your legs to the right, left, to the right, hold. To the left, hold. Back to center. Hug your knees to your chest. Shavasana, extend your legs long. Rest your arms alongside your body. Let go of your breath. And just move into stillness and relaxation. If you have the time, try to stay in your shavasana for at least 5, if not 10 minutes. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste.